I'll say anything to your face and you'll say anything to my face. What struggles have we had as I've been an entrepreneur, and even when you were?
I'm very much I didn't grow up with a lot, and so I realize as I'm older, I'm very much like a security. Like if I've got a little bit of security, I've got a little bit of savings in the bank, I'm all right. If you really want to stress me out, take some of that away. So it doesn't make, like I understand the entrepreneur mindset and I really appreciate it. I've been there and I've done it a little bit. So I get the idea of looking at someone with a salary and being like, I know you feel safe with that, but that doesn't make any sense because you lose your job. All this other stuff could happen. I could make more money being an entrepreneur. I totally get that, but that's not my nature. And so when she wanted to quit during the middle of a worldwide pandemic, as my business was going under, I had serious, deep emotional issues with that. Can y'all hear me? Like in all honesty, like it's one of the hardest things for me has been to let her go. I trust her with my life, but like to let her go and then, trust that if something goes wrong or she's going to have to do something else or figure something out, that she'll come tell me about it, or else I'm just like this all the time. Because I'm like, I got car payments and a mortgage, and like I like my little house, so yeah, it's nice. I have the windows in the bedroom so shaded up that it's all nice and cozy and stuff. I don't want to have to do that.
We gotta sleep dark in our room.
I don't want to have to do that again. So yeah, it's been a complete 180 for me. I grew up in a small town in Arkansas on a chicken farm. So. And now I live in Dallas, Texas. I didn't have to know how to read addresses until I went to college. Like it was seriously like it's the second gravel road. You go over the hill, and there's that big oak tree that sits out there, and that's our house is next to it. I'm not joking. So it's been a lot. We work really well together with it, I think. But one of the pitfalls can be I don't really know the statistics on entrepreneurial couples. I feel like y'all might be a little bit of a unicorn. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong for the sake of everyone, if that's what you want. But I do think that if you're looking for someone, you definitely need to find someone that maybe doesn't put entrepreneur at the top of your character sheet when they think of you, but knows that it's a big enough part of you. If it is, that is it a non-negotiable? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because when I met her, we met in the music department at Ouachita Baptist University.
Tiny little town.
and if you would have told me in 2010 when I met her that she was going to be doing this, I would have thought you weren't taking your medicine, just knowing her back then.
Doesn't love me. It's security, and yeah, it just took a while. And looking back 3 years ago, I will tell anybody, do not leave until you are sure. Do not. Yeah. Because being a full-time entrepreneur, which maybe we could talk about too, is a whole different ball game. I mean, I was telling my team, a lot of times people think you become an entrepreneur and you're like, you can make a lot more money. And you definitely can, because it's your own time and you can. But then you got people to pay. You got stuff to pay for. And what are you going to actually pay yourself? You see a lot of people online saying, I had a $500,000 lunch, I had this $1 million
Your husband has a big donut budget, and if
he
you can't fulfill that, then
absolutely.
we're going to have serious issues.
We're going to have serious problems. But you see these people online, and they don't tell you what they put in their pocket or what they kept in their bank account. And so that yeah, I probably would agree with you, honey.
Oh yeah, can I say one more pitfall? Sure. Another pitfall is comparing yourself to other people with all that stuff, because I watch her do it sometimes. I see her friends and stuff do it too. Like, I'm sure some of y'all who if you're talking to her on a video call, I'm probably right next to her. I've heard.
So watch out.
Yeah, by osmosis, I've got my 10,000 hours of expertise in what it's like to be a woman entrepreneur, right? and I still feel empowered as a woman to do that. So, but it's yeah, that comparison is the thief of joy thing is legit. And at the same time, I tell her all the time, she does well for herself, and there's months where it's there, and there's months where it's not, and there's months where it's great, and there's months where it's not. And it's like, are we paying bills? Yeah. Do we have a kid? Are we taking care of him? Yeah. Are we keeping our noses out of trouble? Yeah. That's a success.
And he always asks me too, and then I promise we'll go to the next question. He's like, he always checks in with me probably every 6 months, I feel like, and you know, he sees all the good and bad, but a lot of the bad of like just stress, or you know, oh, this shitty thing just happened with this person. Like, what do I do? And he checks in and says, do you still love what you're doing? Is this still what you want to do? And every single time so far, the answer has been yes. Whether it's been a happy yes or a tear-filled, frustrated yes, that this is what I do, and I'm here for the people in this room and the people that have come this weekend.